everyone, I'm Colleen.
And Cindy here.
Thanks for joining us for episode 12 of Conversations from Beyond. So we've recently been told that the format of the channel is changing, or of this series is changing again. If you have been following our channel for a while, or even if you haven't, in CFB1, the very first episode on this channel and the first episode of this series, in the first couple of minutes, we explained how this channel got started, and it has been 100% led by our guides and angels. And Cindy and I went for a walk last week in the beach. Thank you, Cindy. It was so much fun. And Cindy got a message for us, and her angels told us that the format is changing slightly, and that they're going to act as the MCs. So I say this every week. I can't wait to see what we're going to talk about today, but also what they're going to tell us about the format and who's going to be joining us. So I will pass things over to Cindy and our esteemed MCs.
Thank you, Colleen. So I will light my candle to set the energy and call in my angels, spirit team. And while I do so, as always, I ask you to use your own discernment with these messages and any messages that you receive. Take what you like and leave the rest. Okay. Perfect. I will tilt this down so you can see a little bit of what's happening with the mat. Okay. I was just about to say that the pendulum was still, and then the circle started. So there's circles. This tells me that my angels are here. And they're bringing in their energy. We have 3 guests that are here today. And they each have something to share with you. We are going to start with our first guest. So now the pendulum is still. This tells me my angels have stepped aside and someone else is here. This is Big Birtha. This message is a message that will help you to understand all that is in a different perspective than you may have seen before. The all that is a place that is very similar to the earth experience in many ways. We have friends and we have special relationships and we have homes and we have places to travel and explore, and we have a desire to experience new things, and we have a desire to help others, and we have a desire to express ourselves uniquely. This self-expression is something that is not really understood in Earth's energy. People on Earth tend to think of souls as beings of light, and they are indistinct from each other. This is incredibly far from the truth. Each soul is incredibly unique, and we express our energies in very unique ways. Today, I told Colleen that I was going to wear a pink dress for this recording session. She was surprised that I would wear a dress. I explained that I wear a dress in a sort of way. So our clothing, so to speak, is different from your clothing. However, your clothing is fashioned after our clothing. So souls are able to express their energy through their clothing in a magical way. We are able to change our outward appearance in any way we wish. We can be a ball of light. We can be a silhouette of energy. We can be a more physical representation of energy. This is where the confusion lies with people on Earth. People on Earth think there is no physicality to our universe. However, there is a physicality to our universe. Our physicality is just not the same as yours. Our physicality is malleable in a way that is not possible on Earth. However, this is changing on Earth. Earth's physicality will become more easily malleable, just as it is on this side of awareness. We are energy, and energy creates all that is. So this energy is in a state of whatever we choose to create. This will become your reality on Earth. However, this is a while away yet. Some people will develop this ability sooner than others. However, it is a while before this soul type of malleability will be available on Earth. However, don't be discouraged, because manifestation abilities will increase rapidly on Earth in the months and years to come. And then in a decade or two, this malleability will become possible on Earth. So, back to my dress. My dress is a more energetic representation of a dress. It is not entirely physical, because we are not physical as you are. However, I do appear to have a physical form, and therefore my dress appears to have a physical form. This is difficult for you to understand. However, you may think of me in my dress as a hologram. I am wearing a beautiful pink gown, and it has feathers on it, and it flows magically behind me. I am a flamboyant personality, and I love color and feathers and flowing fabrics. This is who I truly am. She's done.
Oh my God. Okay, that's exactly how I saw her when I was like, remember, I don't see things.
Yes.
I know you know, Cindy, but I'm explaining to our viewers, like, I don't really see things. It's like I have the experience of what it would be like to see things. Like, it's like I'm describing it or have seen it, you know, in my head. And when I said to her, I was just on my magic balcony sitting there, and I was like, "Oh, I'm excited to record," because I knew this new format was coming with different. They told us that there was a whole lineup of beings of light coming in, so I was like, "Okay, who's coming in?" And I said, "Big Bertha, I really hope you're still coming." And she said, "Oh, am I ever?" Like from another video from before, she's talking to me sort of from back here, eh? But she's big, you know, and she was like, "Oh, am I ever?" She said, "I'm so excited. I got my pink dress on." And I totally felt her. Like, I didn't catch the feathers. Thank you for describing your dress, Bertha. You know the emoji of the dancing lady? And
Yeah.
That's what, because when she said it, it was like, "I've got my pink dress on," you know, and she's coming in. As you can see, pink dress with feathers isn't really my idea of how I would express myself, but you know, we're only two sides of a coin. But like, I totally get the flamboyant personality, and I thank you for bringing this into this conversation, Bertha, because it was just awesome.
And I love that that she's explained, you know, that they love to travel, and
yeah, all of it.
It's so much more like our Earth experience, our Earth universe than I ever imagined. Yeah, that's
Well,
wild.
we're back to how the Earth experience was modeled after the all that is experience.
Yes.
Because like I know we say that, and on Earth as it is in heaven, and you know what I mean, but
oh, okay, yeah, I never thought
that. As above, so below.
Yes. Yeah.
So like, but I never thought of it that way. I thought of it in a bigger sense or something. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't think about the fact that they too are going like, "What are you doing this weekend?" "Oh, I'm going to go to a concert in Toronto." You know?
Yeah, because they have explained that they don't have time like we have time, but there definitely is a progression of time in some sense that they said we can't understand, but it's not
You're
like
right.
our time. But
So it's not like they said weekend. Hopefully, on the other side, it's always the weekend.
Yes.
For those of us who work.
Well, I'm just rewatching Downton Abbey actually, because I needed a light show to watch. Because Mike and I were watching a heavier show, and he was like, "I can't watch this anymore." So we stopped watching that. And so I had nothing to watch anyway. So I started watching Downton Abbey. And I just watched an episode where like the grandmother, so the main character man, and I don't know anybody's names because I'm terrible with names, but the dowager grandmother or whatever she is, somebody talked about the weekend, and she said, "What's a weekend?" because of course she's, very affluent and doesn't work. And
It never worked, probably. That's so funny. What's a weekend?
so that's
Yeah.
what the souls are like. They're like, what's a weekend?
So I guess as above, so below, and on earth as it is in heaven, with time mixed in, But anyway, so we have, like friends and relationships and travel and experience things, and put on your pink dress if you decided that you're excited about an event that you're about to go to. I just love it.
So they see Birtha in her pink dress, like, oh, she's recording. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. Cindy and Colleen must have found some time to do an episode. Hey, Birtha. And she's like, I
Very
love
cool.
it.
Okay.
Anyway, though, I mean, with a lot of jest in there, that was quite a lot of information.
Yes. And very cool information.
And they can be a ball of light, they can be a silhouette of energy.
Yeah.
They can be a more physical representation. So cool.
Like a hologram.
Yeah. I've been yearning for this information about what
Yes.
life is like on the other side.
Yes. Okay, well, let's see what else they have to say. So the pendulum is still. This is Big Bertha. And I have a bit more to explain. Life on this side of awareness is more fun and more exciting than you can imagine. Imagine if you had the ability to create any experience you want. And you can do this with ease and change the experience at any moment and have as many experiences as you wish. The only limit is your imagination. Souls have a lot more fun than you imagine. We are a joyful bunch of light beings. We have parties and we have celebrations, and we especially enjoy celebrating the growth and learning of other souls. We have magnificent graduation ceremonies, and we have a beautiful hall on this side of awareness. And this hall is a place where every soul comes to graduate from each home in all that is. And every soul has a shining moment within this hall after every graduation from each home. These graduations are individual graduations. We celebrate each soul individually. There is no need to do graduation ceremonies as a group because our time is incredibly different from yours. There is no waiting around like there is on Earth. Things are instant and they do not feel long on this side of awareness. We have as much time as needed to celebrate each soul individually. And there is no feeling of boredom or time wasted or time taken away from other activities. Time is something that is very complex on this side of awareness. We do experience time, but it is very different, and it is multifaceted. The best way to explain this is to think of our time as every experience we wish to have is happening outside of time. However, there is still a timeline, and the timeline moves forward. So, if you wanted to attend a graduation ceremony, you would attend that graduation ceremony, and you would not miss anything else in the meantime. The only time that souls would feel they are not able to attend something because they are working on something else is when a soul goes deeply into a growth period. When souls are in a growth period, they are outside of time, but they are also not available for other things. So this is where time gets complicated. So when a soul is in a deep growth period, they may not be able to participate in other things. Then, after they complete this growth period, they may not choose to go back and experience something that was available during their growth period. This is something that is very difficult to understand. It is not necessary to understand this. I am just trying to explain why we speak of time, and yet time is also not as you experience it. That is all you really need to understand. Now I have one last thing to explain. On this side of awareness, we have something that is a very exciting thing that souls like to participate in. This is an experience that will be coming to Earth in years to come. The Earth experience will be a bit different. However, it will be modeled after this soul experience. Souls are able to join with other souls and experience everything that soul has experienced. Or they may join for a specific purpose and experience something specific that that soul has experienced. So souls may come together and join with each other and share experiences. This is something that will be possible in Earth's energy in the years to come. Now, this is a few years away, at the very least, and this is an angelic few. This soul experience is a favorite experience. We enjoy coming together in this way and helping us to grow and learn by experiencing through another soul's eyes, so to speak. When this comes into Earth's experience, this will change the Earth experience dramatically. This will only be possible between two people who have experienced their Great Awakening moment. However, they may be able to come together as souls and share their Earth experiences with each other and live for a moment in the other soul's shoes. This will be a magical experience, and many people will be able to have incredible experiences through this process. Okay, and with that, she's done. Well, that was
Wow.
unexpected.
Okay, so can I like join with you and then learn how to be a pilot, or at least experience what it's like, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Now it
so
sounds like I could learn how to be a pilot.
maybe we'll have to ask her for that clarity,
Wow.
whether you can share knowledge that, like, you know, so join with somebody who is a pianist and learn, you know, join with Mozart and
Yeah.
gain his talents. I don't know. Or if it was just about like a way of being compassionate, right? Because understanding somebody
I
else's
know.
point of view and all of that. So
I took it as a learning thing, but you're right.
Yes.
Like learning, me all practical skills. Like, wow, that's pretty cool. And that we're going to be able to do that. Like, and they can already. So the point was, she was talking about one other thing about life on that side of awareness,
yes,
that they can already do that, right?
yes,
They can
and
join together and experience everything that soul has experienced, or they may join for a specific purpose and experience something specific.
yeah, sure. Because so it reminds me, of course, of the mind meld, right? The Vulcan mind meld.
Yeah, I know. I thought of that too. I thought of it too when,
Star Trek.
except I think that was painful for the
Yeah, I don't think it was that easy for Spock to
recipient.
do.
I don't think that the recipient necessarily was like down all the time for it, from what I remember. Anyway.
But it's
I don't
interesting
think
though,
this is-
because it makes me think of what they said about that the place where souls go to relax and chill and become one. So I wonder if these are different things, because that was, or angels, that was for angels, right?
That was for the angels of origin.
Yes.
Angels of origin. Yeah, it was the home where they like to hang out and
Become
and do a
one.
bunch of this and become one for experiential purposes, right?
Yeah.
And
And now
for
this is like every soul can do this one-on-one.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
Oh, no,
get
the
some more
difference is-
clarity. I'm going to get clarity on whether we can transfer skills that way.
Yeah. I was learning to play the drums and I got a little bit frustrated with how long it was taking me to learn to play the drums, like to be really good at it.
Yes.
So can I just join with like, Neil Peart or like, and just like know how to do that?
Yes. And the time thing, I was trying to wrap my mind around it, but it was so hard because it was interesting when she said like everything sort of is outside of time, and yet there
Yes.
is a continuance of time. And so when you go into this growth phase, time continues. And so even though events are outside of time, it's still sort of in the past, I guess.
Yeah, like she said, like we're not going to be able to understand
Yeah.
it, but that's what I got too.
And so
Except that now,
when you come out of that growth phase, you're like, well, I could go attend that graduation, but I don't feel like going back there.
or I do, or you can.
Or
Like
you,
you
yeah.
never have to miss your kid's soccer game
Yes.
because you could just like finish the work you were doing and then like go back in time to the soccer game and watch the soccer game.
Yeah.
Or you're right, or choose not to.
Yes, exactly. Okay, well, let's see if she'll give us some clarity.
Yeah.
Okay, the pendulum is still. This is Big Bertha. I will clarify that you will have the talents and knowledge of the soul you connect with while connected. However, when you disconnect from this process, you will leave with the understanding of all the experiences. However, the talents will not remain with you. The talents were the result of a lot of work, and that work is still required in Earth's experience and on this side of awareness. However, the gift is that if you discover something that sets your soul on fire, you may then move towards attaining that skill for yourself. Remember that our ability to create is endless and limitless. Okay. So that's cool. So if you
Fine.
join with Mozart and you decide, you know what, I kind of like this, then you can go and do it for yourself.
Yes. But I was thinking about like I don't mean that we have to ask her for this because I think she's given, but anyway, it's going to come in the comments. But what about spontaneous, like well, that's past life stuff, eh? Like we talked about, I've always wanted to sing, and we talked about maybe that's because I sang in a past life.
Yes.
You and I just talked, this isn't something anybody channeled for me. Maybe it's because I could sing in a past life.
Yes.
And maybe when I have my great awakening and remember all my past lives, I'll be able to sing again.
Yes. If it was a skill you had in a past life, yes, you will bring all of that stuff back into you.
But in that past life, I did some work.
Yes, exactly.
About well, sing, yeah, like to develop the skill. Yeah, okay. So I can meld with somebody with a really great drummer and experience what it's like, but that's because they did all the lessons and the practice time and the garage band. And and if I really want to learn, I guess I better get the little drum kit back out and I've got a little electronic because I live in an apartment and get practicing, right? That's what she's saying though. You're
Yeah,
gonna no, you gotta go to practice.
yeah. But in this new energy on Earth and on the other side of awareness, you'll have endless ability to create that in your life, you know?
Yes, and like if you and like she said, I think if you get fired up about something, if you experience something when you're melding, and get fired up about it, like you can bring that back in and
Yes.
probably then, you know, manifestation, right? Like then things fall into place for it. What a neat concept.
It is cool. And just that idea of being able to see from other people's shoes, right? Being able to go around and understand what it was like to experience things from different angles.
Yes, yeah, I know. I got real practical with the drumming and the flying, but also like just yeah, just all kinds of ideas of who you could like join with to experience what their life was like or what that experience was like, or even somebody who's achieved some great Olympic or I don't know, whatever.
I was thinking Einstein, that's who I'd like to meld with.
Well, see, like you're so Cindy used to be a science teacher. I didn't.
Well, and he was very spiritual, right? Like he said all kinds of things. And one of my favorite quotes of his is that, you know, you can see everything in life as a miracle or you can see nothing in life as a miracle. Your choice. Like, I
Yeah.
just think he was an incredible man and I would love to.
That's so funny. I'm in that. This is like some kind of meme or internet and the quiz of like, you know, if you could have dinner with one favorite
Yes.
famous person, because I'm always like, I don't know.
Oh,
There's
no,
so
he's
many,
always
I
at the
don't
top of
know.
my list.
And you're right away like Einstein. And I'm going, I don't know. Like there's so many different people who've discovered things and experienced things and been through things that I would like to meld with to see what that's like. And I don't know. I can't choose. I don't want to have to choose. I'm sure people will tell us in the comments of who, if you could meld with someone and experience what they experienced, who would be the first that you would want to do that with?
Yeah. All right, let's keep going here. They said they have 3, so.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so we're circles. This is my angels. We now have guest number 2. And this guest is a bit shy. Interesting. Okay, we have my pendulum is still, which tells me my angels have stepped aside. This is a person on Earth now. And I am going to give birth to Pele. I am indeed a bit shy. And I wish to express my gratitude for all the protection energy that people have been sending my way. I have not yet been able to feel this protection energy in my earthly experience. However, my higher self is overwhelmed with love and gratitude. You will be able to understand my request for privacy when this birth occurs and the effects of this birth become known. This will be something that many people will feel and understand on a soul level. Many people are invested in this birth and have worked for a very long time to allow the energy on Earth to reach the level required to make this birth possible. Every person on Earth has been working to make this birth possible. However, it is not feasible to have access to Pele for every person on Earth. This is not something that anyone would want to experience themselves. This is a huge gift that you have given us, this protection energy. I wanted to come in and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your love and protection. With that, she's done.
Holy boy, did you feel the change in energy?
Yes.
Did you feel how soft it went?
Yes.
And wow. And I had a huge rush when she first came in, but then I noticed, sorry, just the softness, the change in energy and how I felt, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was a huge contrast between
Yeah, exactly.
Big
From Big
Bertha
Bertha.
and then this soul. Interesting that my angel said that she was a bit shy. I was like, that's interesting that a soul would be shy, but then of course I understood completely when that's who came through.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Because I also thought, well, if you're shy, why do you want to come on? But she wanted to.
I know, I thought that too. Why are you in the lineup if you're shy?
Yeah, exactly. But she wanted to, and so she's on Earth now, and like that's happened before with Cindy and I, that Cindy has channeled somebody like from my life that is alive, you know,
Yes,
and channeling her higher self. And so she just wanted to thank you all
yes,
for like what we did at the end of the last, it's the last episode that she's talking about where who did that? Who requested, who gave that message?
Was it Big Bertha?
I don't know. I have to go back. I don't remember. But anyway, somebody asked us to send, oh no, I think maybe it was your angels. Anyway, to send protection energy to Big Bertha and it's baby Pele, right? The baby that will be, that the light being that is Pele will incarnate as. And she wanted to thank us. Like, see, like I'm even, you know, when am I ever quiet and soft like this? But I can just feel it. So much love.
Yes.
So you're welcome.
Okay, yes.
What did you say?
I said thank you, and you said you're welcome.
There you go. Yes, thank you for coming in, and you're so welcome.
Yes. Okay, let's
Wow.
see who else is there.
Yes.
Okay, we have circles. My angels are here. And now we have our last guest. This guest is excited to be here. Pendulum is still, so my angels have stepped aside. Okay, really? Says, this is Einstein. This is indeed Einstein. And I am here to share something with you. I am incarnated on Earth now, and I am about to receive some new information. This new information will give me a new perspective on my work as Einstein. This will lead me to imagining something completely new about my old work. And this will lead me to exploring a whole new idea. This new idea will bring a new piece of technology to Earth. This technology will not be plastic and computer chips. It will be a technology that is ancient and available to everyone. Okay, he's taking a break, but he said he has more to say.
First of all, like, your hero is in the house.
I know, right?
I love it. Like, are you fangirling?
That's why I was like, okay, come on, guys. Like, you're kidding me. Like, I was just talking about him and now he's here. Like,
So funny. All of a sudden now you're all shy.
I know. Like, it's not. It's not.
But anyway, that's so funny. I love it that you anyway.
I'm blushing.
I know it's like Cindy faints. Like I would in front of some music superstar or something. Anyway, the message you just did on your other channel about love-filled technology.
Yes.
And the messages we've had before in the EH, I think, series. No, it was in CFB about new technologies coming with the massive. Was it with the mass awakening? Anyway, we've had messages before about new technologies coming, and just days ago, Cindy's most recent message, as of anyway, when we're recording this, is about a new love-filled technology. That's what popped into my head when he said that he'll be so the light being who once incarnated as Einstein is currently incarnated on Earth as somebody else.
Yes.
And they're about to receive new information that will give them new perspective on Einstein's work. Like, they might not even realize that they're reflecting on their own work. You know what I mean? They're going to reflect on Einstein's work and lead to me to imagining something completely new about my new work and exploring a whole idea. It was because he said it's not plastic and computer chips, like, you know, that I thought of your love-filled technology message.
Yeah. So, and I thought of crystals for some reason.
Ancient and available to everyone. And I thought of Lemire. Yeah, of course, I always think of it. Ever cool. Well, you said that he was going to say more.
Yes, he has a little bit more, I think.
Bring your autograph book.
Yes. Okay, pendulum is still. This is Einstein. There will be a few people on Earth that will pick up on this new information and begin working with this new information. it is not entirely known yet who will achieve the desired new technology first. This is up in the air at this point. However, as the light being who incarnated as Einstein, I do have all of Einstein's work within my love energy body. And this does give me a more probable and strong possibility of being the one who brings this new technology forward. This is always the case. When new information comes in, it becomes available to many people at once. And these people all have an opportunity to work with this new information and bring it forward. This is not to cause problems or create animosity. This is to ensure that new information is picked up on. Some people who are able to pick up on new information choose not to for various reasons along their journey. So this is always something that is available to more than one person on Earth. Now you may wonder about karma. Your karma around this would be that you are to work with this new information. However, you will still have an opportunity to be the one who achieves the new technology first. And sometimes this is not your karma, but it is an opportunity presented to you. And in those cases, you have the choice to pick up on this information or not. There is a good chance that I will be the one who brings this technology forward. There is one last thing I wish to explain. This is something that is going to surprise you. There is an energy on Earth already now that is bringing in a new love-filled technology that will be able to help people become more autonomous. This technology will be brought forward by a visit from a light being. This technology will be brought to every person on Earth eventually. This is not something that will be invented. This is knowledge of how to use something on Earth already that is not understood. This knowledge will be brought to Earth by light beings who will visit each person on Earth individually. This is already in the works, but it is not in your physical reality yet. Okay, now we're back to circles. So my angels are here. That is all we have for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, it's my angels signing off.
I love that they're emceeing. Wow. Okay. So this thing that Einstein's talking about is different from the love-filled technology. Okay.
Well,
It's a different thing. It's
well,
about
it's
prediction.
yeah, but I think it still might be more love-filled technology, but it's not like he's making a distinction between the technology, because the one that the light beings are bringing in, I think that was supposed to make it, like, well, he said, make us more autonomous, like it's a form of energy somehow.
Well, I thought of that. He didn't say that, but I thought
No.
of that too, that, okay, so that, this is all tying up together, but when I was referencing the thing from a really early CFB episode that talked about when the Great Awakening happens, that we were going to get, it was that we were going to get a new form of energy that
Yeah.
would change the power balance. And remember
Yes.
that whole line,
Yeah.
like it would change the balance of power on Earth and think like, you know, I think they meant like governmental power because now we can create our own energy. But anyway, so now that's what I thought of here too, but that's not what they specifically said. They
Yeah.
just said it would make us more autonomous, but still,
Yeah.
because it could also be like, well, technology. I saw on your left field technology video, somebody commented wondering if it was telepathy, but is that technology?
I know, and I think that they are using the word technology, like they said, it's not, like Einstein said, it's not plastic and computer chips, and so we tend to think of that as technology. But I don't know, what is the broader definition of technology? Because they seem to sort of use that word more as in something that will help us, that we can use in our life, that makes things easier.
Well, I think the reason we can't answer what is technology that isn't computer chips and plastic is if you don't know, you don't know.
Exactly.
Because we don't know. That's the whole thing. Like, we can't answer this question. They're just telling us, like, now they're both sitting there. Einstein's going like, I said it's coming. Like, that's what I was telling you. It's coming. Anyway, Einstein, I also like that Einstein mentioned that, like, that there are several beings that basically it's a possibility that it might be them that takes the technology forward, right?
Sorry, I was looking up the definition of technology.
Well, I saw you disappear and I was trying to carry the video. So funny. That's such a me thing to do. Like,
I thought I could do two things at once there, but I
so
apparently
funny.
couldn't.
How many times in our life have we thought that we could, like, hang on, I'll just do this while we're talking. I'll be able to do both. I'm watching you going like,
So what did you say?
yeah, it's so funny. Cindy gets busted.
Yeah, you're supposed to
like,
just
what's
keep
she doing?
talking.
Like texting her friend? Like,
No.
that would be my daughters. Anyway, okay. I said Einstein. Sorry. There's a quiz late. There's a question at the end of this. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Einstein said that there are several people who might bring forward the possibility. So
Yes.
whatever this thing is that Einstein's going to, the invention. So one is an invention and one is something that's being handed to us. So the light being that once incarnated as Einstein is currently obviously some kind of, well, no, I think inventor or something. Anyway, they're going to get information to be able to invent something, but also you did it again. Put your phone down.
I'm with you, but also, yeah, I heard this time.
But also there are a bunch of other people that might be the one to invent it.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about how they talk about like Alexander Graham Bell invented
Yeah.
but then the phone, but then they say that kind of no, he didn't because there's somebody else before that invented. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because of course I know that from
And the light
aviation. So
bulb.
that's the example that I use is from aviation, from the airplane, right?
There you go.
Because the knowledge of the airplane was dropped into Earth's atmosphere, and people started working on it all around the world. And so the Wright brothers were given credit for that, but there were people like there's debate as to whether they actually were the first, because there were people in other parts of the world that were right there too, you know?
Yes.
So it wasn't just them. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So that's what Einstein's saying is it's still up in the air who it's going to be that actually invents this thing that's going to be invented. That's a new evolution of Einstein's work.
Yes.
Which now we're gonna admit, like admitting about the word Messiah. I don't really know what I don't really know what that means. But
well,
anyway.
and I don't either. It's all above my head. I wish I knew, like, and so maybe that's why I would like to meld with Einstein, because I wish I knew like all the because I was a physics teacher. So I mean I know, this much physics.
Yeah.
But it's so much huger, and huger is a word in my world. And
what is a word in your world?
Huger.
Huger. That's funny. Yes, it is.
That like quantum physics and all of that, like it just blows my mind. So I would love to know more about that kind of stuff, because that integrates or correlates with some spirituality and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
And then now the second part of the message is that there's an energy on Earth already now that's bringing in a new love-filled technology that will be able to help people become more autonomous. But that one will be brought forward by a visit from a light being who it sounds like this one is being handed to us. Well, like, sort of like in violation of the prime directive, like they're actually going to hand us something.
Well, they're going to give us knowledge about something that already is on Earth, but we don't understand how it works.
Yeah.
That's why I think of crystals with that one.
Will be brought to every person on Earth eventually.
Yeah.
It's not something that'll be invented. It's knowledge of how to use something that's already here that's not understood.
Yes.
And brought by light beings who will hand it to each person on Earth individually. I love it.
Yeah.
So, and it hasn't happened yet. They established that. Now, what were you Googling?
I was Googling technology. So technology, of course, advances in computer technology, but it's also machinery and equipment developed from the application of scientific knowledge. It will reduce the industry's ability to spend money on new technology. Okay, no, that's just an example of a sentence with technology in it. So yeah, so it's any machinery or equipment developed from the application of scientific knowledge. So
machinery or equipment though.
Yeah, but like, a crystal could be equipment that people use with.
Well, it was Einstein that talked about technology that's not plastic and computer chips. So it's Einstein that brought you to Googling, because the Einstein one, like the one that's actually going to be an invention, that they didn't say what it has to do with, like not the.
No, so I first thought of crystals with that, but then when they talked about the one bringing that the light beings were bringing forward, then I'm thinking, well, maybe that's more the crystal one. But anyway, it's just my thoughts.
The light beings bringing forward how to use something that already exists on Earth that will make us more autonomous definitely made me think it doesn't have to be crystals, so it could be something.
Exactly.
Treats, could be anything, water, whatever.
Yes.
But then Einstein is said like that he's incarnated on Earth now and is about to receive some new information resulting from a new perspective on Einstein's work that will lead me to imagining something completely new about my new work, which will lead to exploring a whole new idea that will lead to a new piece of technology on Earth, that it will not be plastic and computer chips. It will be a technology that is ancient and available to everyone, negates that definition you just Googled. So I'm back to, if you don't, like, we don't know what we don't know, because it's going to be something that, because it was machinery or what in the definition, machinery or equipment.
Yeah.
Which I guess doesn't have to be plastic and computer chips.
Exactly. Equipment could be, like I said, it could be a
ancient.
rock, it could be water. Water is equipment. Like,
yeah. So I wonder what it's gonna do.
It's just machinery or equipment that's developed from the application of scientific knowledge.
Cool. I love that Einstein visited.
Me too.
Wow.
Sorry for Googling.
That's okay.
I just had to know the definition.
It's so funny. You just don't do that. If anybody, even when we're just together, like when we're just, well, unless, I mean, we all do that if there's something going on, you're waiting for word about something or whatever. But if either of us was to flip over into an idea and pick up their phone to Google something while you and I were in the middle of a conversation, usually it would be me. And so I just really noticed it, and everybody will get a good laugh too. Probably see my face, because you're like, just keep talking, Cully.
I know. I was like, what? She's asking me a question.
Well, the other person
just keep talking.
I pulled a teacher there, like I just wound it around. What do you think, Cindy?
So, Cindy, yeah.
What do you think? What are you doing?
I'm familiar with that little trick.
Everyone put your phones in the basket. So they're done, right? Because the MCs have closed the show. So, well, that was awesome. And I love the format with these surprise guests that were, but I'm so glad that Big Birtha is still coming to join us and this time in her pink dress with the feathers. That was so awesome.
Yeah, and she's still giving us information about the other side and life on the other side. That's cool.
Yes.
Like the messages were all so different.
I know. I'm going like, what am I going to put on the thumbnail?
Like 3 completely different segments of a talk show. We really are running a talk show now.
Oh my goodness. Have I talked about that yet on here?
I don't think so.
I have had a secret / not so secret lifelong dream, this drive of wanting to be a talk show host. I'm talking Oprah here. Famous talk show. Can I say her name? Is it copyrighted? Anyway, a famous talk show host. And ever cool, because when we started doing these videos, I remember saying to you, like, this is getting close to my talk show thing. Yeah. Except that I'm not interviewing anybody, but I can, we do ask questions, and yes, we are interviewing.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
But anyway, I like that this just evolved even more. Yeah. And now we've got our, I don't even know if you're old enough to know this reference. We've got our Ed McMahon.
Yes.
Is Cindy's Angels. Or Cindy's Angels. Very cool. Yeah. But it is a talk show, you're right. So maybe the thumbnail will just become like a billboard, like who the guests are,
Okay, yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us and for following along on this journey with us and through all the evolutions of our channel. I'm so excited. I think I'm picking up too on the first and last guests, the energy was really exciting and hopeful and fired up. So I think we're going to do our energy send at the end of the episode. And I'm going to personally, that's what I'm going to do is some of that, what's flowing through me, I'm just sending it out to the world, because we did get a message too, or was that you anyway, about sending energy just to the world and its people. Will basically help everything along. But you can send energy to whatever you like, and you can continue to send it, like since Pele's mommy was here thanking us for the protection energy, there's that too. And you don't have to tell me what you're sending it to or anything. I just feel the need to say that.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day.
Yeah.